Ladies and gentlemen, you're welcome once again to another episode of the FrontRow podcast. We're making UG films famous. My name is Kasure Douglas Benda, Mutonomadage Kajans A.K. Salongo. And my brother is...
Yo, Andrew Kagwa Maiga. And I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to be on this episode this week.
Yes.
And this month.
Yeah.
It's not every day that we get to dive into such topics.
Yeah.
Yes, topics about like female creatives, like females that are adding another layer and brick to this industry as a whole. So I'm actually excited. I'm trying to look more excited than this.
Yes, I know. Nakaza Debagwanga, that's where we are this particular episode. I mean, why would we finish the month of March without talking about the women?
Definitely.
Shiva twekotogedde industry because the backbone of society is on women.
Yes.
And I think there are lots of things they are doing. And that's why we're here today. We want to celebrate the women, Kagwa.
Yes.
Yeah, we have not been able to have the celebration, an official celebration of the women in film, or the women who are doing things in the film industry officially. But I know producer and Cinema UG is working on something for the women in film.
Definitely.
Charo yagala bakazi banne.
Nyo.
Alinganga Mariam dagire ku Osmania Female Performing Arts Association.
And when it happens, the gown is coming out. The gowns, they usually all put on the gowns.
Gown, the
big dresses. Yes. They are gowns. They are called gowns. Yeah.
Sigund evening dresses.
What's the difference? They are gowns.
Me and you will not go messy. But generally, when all that happens, because the women are doing a lot, it's the backbone, like we said. And in every industry, when you go and find an industry where women are and they are committed, they will commit and they make sure into big guka.
Yeah.
Kagwa. The film industry mainly, I mean, most of the things that are to do with the hands-on, you find that they are mostly male-dominated. Is this true for the film industry?
No, it has actually always been that for the film industry, and I'm not even talking about the Ugandan. It has been like that world over. I mean, there is a full documentary about Amaka. Amaka is Amaka Igwe was the first female Nigerian director. There is a full documentary about her because she also came into the industry when there were no females doing what she wanted to do. And when you talk to Ugandan filmmakers, the females that have directed would tell you, like, at times the situations that come with it. Like for example, there's a mutual friend of ours who once told me the cinematographer kept doing his own thing. When they were shooting, I think, a commercial somewhere, the cinematographer kept doing his own thing, and like she had to come and tell him, dude, I'm the director.
So he was doing his own thing because what? Because the female is there.
Like, she would tell him, do this, and when she walked away, he would just do what he wanted.
Because it's a woman in lead.
I could say that because most of the times when it's a guy telling you do this, like, people do not second think that. Like, they're like, okay, I've been told. So apparently the guy kept doing his own thing, and then she had to come and tell, like, he even started now turning people again, like, no, like, bringing his own suggestions. Like, she had to come and tell him, dude, I'm the director.
Do you want to mention names?
The cinematographer. No. Okay, yeah. It was, I will not mention the company because it's a corporate company. My client.
Not
my client, because then people would try to find out my clients. But yeah, it was Pamela during COVID. Yeah, she was working with on some ad. cinematographer nga byasanga byakola
yitogenda mwogera
cinematographer nedda
ofunye empisi
kamutaase
ofunye empisi omanye bagita mpisi
kantaase omuntu bw'atadda mufuna mirimu.
But I think that's wrong.
Yeah, so it's a thing, and it's been around, and it's even not just the people that are directing. Even when you talk to cinematographers, because in other countries, a cinematographer might not necessarily be on the camera. The cinematographer might be leading the department, but he has people that are doing the job.
Yes.
Like you hear for example, the lady that was on Black Panther. Like the cinematographer was a woman. Like she would, when you listen to her story, she also has the same when she was starting out. Like you would come on set and people do not really think you know how it's done. And by the funny thing, it's like it goes down years. Like this week there's a story I was documenting bartenders, the female bartenders, and one of the girls I interviewed told me that sometimes you be in a bar and these sophisticated men who know how their whiskey should taste comes in and is like, I want to talk to the bartender. And she was like, you, as a woman, you take your head and he tells you, I'm asking for the bartender, the actual bartender. Yeah, so it's been a very skewed industry. Yeah. That's technically across the board.
I think it goes back to definitely the involvement of the females, even in society. When you go deep, and I mean, some of these things are still around. You know, those things coming from that generation. Of course, in the times of when you go back to the Greek times, you realize that actually all the actors that time were Greek theater history, were males. Even when you go to some of the groups that had traveling theaters, they were always boys or men. The boys were doing the female characters, and there were no women, because women, the belief was the woman belongs home, and she's supposed to take care of the home. So they didn't do most of the things that were
like right from Hollywood. Film and theater at first were tailored for men and boys, and by the way, by men like white men and white boys, because that's the reason why if they needed someone to play black, they used to do blackface, because they could not really cast a black person. Yes. So white men were the people that you used to indulge in theater.
So that's why even the masks, most of them were actually that. Yes. So we know where this is coming from, because definitely film is a medium that actually comes from
from theater.
And we all know that even in society where we were, in the villages, omukazi nga tateesa.
That's true.
And that was carried on even in these different professions. You still have people like you have said, your guy yaisamo mukwano gwa famaso. And we still have people like that up to today.
That's true.
Mukazi tasola kuleadinga nga wendi.
That's true.
I rather leave.
No, that like by the way, like you be there and you hear those conversations and someone is like,
I can't work. Why? Because mukazi.
At times they might not really say it directly, but they're like, I can't. So like the undertones do exist. So it's been a journey.
They do.
It's been a journey over the years. I think for Uganda, when it comes to film, because I feel like for theater, Ugandan playwrights kind of took off early. They started writing a bit early, but still that must have been after the 80s, because when you look at Uganda, for example, if it's to be specifically theater, when you look at Uganda's playwrights, the ones we end up talking about most of the times, from that Uganda slightly after independence, you'll notice that people like Wycliffe Chiyinji, people like Mugabe Ndugwa. Like you will notice most of these are actually men. Of course, there are poets like Rose Zimboa, but those are way later.
Yeah, comes way later.
Yeah, they come way later.
I think the 1990s.
Yeah, so we indeed have a lot of men dominating that era, both in theater and later film. Because I mean, the most popular shows of the 90s, that's Life Mwatu and Bibao, both written by one man.
Same man.
JK.
Yeah.
Same budget. Like it would roll on.
True. I think definitely it goes to even the music.
Yes.
Because we all know music starts from that drama of the Kadongo Kamu and how they used to have those very long songs.
Yes.
And they had drama in them, you know. And we definitely saw that there were more men. But of course, women started coming in form of the acting and the singing.
Like I know this is something we shall talk about later, but if you look at how Kadongo Kam used to write women,
yes,
like if you just
think about it,
if you think about how they used to write, there are rarely any Kadongo Kamu songs where the woman was in the lead. Most of the Kadongo Kam songs that were led by women, if it was led by a woman, chances were it was led by two women, and most of the times they were arguing about a man. And then the woman, and then the man would come in as a mediator.
Yes, and he settles the resolves it. Yes, definitely. Yes. You know, and I think
what's the name of that song? But you know the song.
Yes, I know the song. I know the song. I know what you've been listening to, but I know what you mean. Because
I listen to more sophisticated things.
Kagwa, that music is sophisticated. These guys of these days that watch TikTok's videos of 30 seconds.
But anyway,
can't handle.
So today I was on radio and still we're talking about music and women, and I noticed it is so hard to think about one female music producer who is Ugandan. Like, you know how you be on radio and you're like, and then you give yourself time, you go to a break thinking like, yeah, when you come back from the break, it will give me some time to think, I'll Google it. And like nada. Like I don't know, like, where are they?
There is a lady who, when I was at campus, she passed on. She was she passed on. A while ago. She was called Anita.
I know Anita.
Remember Anita?
Yes.
Anita, was it Anita producer? I think she produced. But I know what you mean.
Yeah.
We agree on this. The fact that actually women were not in those positions many of the times. They were either talent who come in to execute something, and they were not directly involved in the decision making.
Yeah.
But there comes a time in the film industry where actually things start changing, and there are a few women who took it upon themselves. But of course, all these women are also starting from theater.
Yeah.
You realize, and music.
Yeah.
And music. Mariam Dagide.
Yes.
I know you have interacted with her. The first time I interacted with Mariam, I was doing my dissertation, my research for my degree at Makerere University, and I was talking about my topic was basically the role of women in film. That was my dissertation.
Yeah.
And among the people I could interview, Omombeja, which Tiwa was one of them. And I went to her office. That was the first time. I think that's 2011. 12, I think.
Okay.
And I talked to her, and we talked about these things. And you have interacted with her.
Yeah.
What does she say about the start of her doing whatever she's known for right now?
You know, funny, I rarely call Maria Mombeja.
Me too, I rarely.
Because I usually call my mom Mombeja.
Yes, so you feel like you're calling her mom.
So that like I have way too many moms in this industry. For starters.
I've seen you around Nana Kaga. You look like a little kid. Nee. I've never seen you like that. Never seen you like that, yeah. Very excited. Like you seen, Andrew, I've seen you. You seen Nana coming. Newa ulia motoka yenge evuma. Ojamu nga tono zukwata mungalo no duka. As if she has brought sweets for you. You were saying?
What's going on? Like anyway, so
Odangayo. You were saying?
Yeah, yes, I've interacted with Mariam a couple of times, and one of the things she tells you, of course, if you know, they came from the guidance of Omuga Vendugwa, the Mariams, I think Abe.
Kato?
I think Kato, they came from the guidance of Omuga Vendugwa, and I think he kind of challenged them to try and write. So it's when they were with him that most of them started picking up extra skills around theater. But when I had a conversation with her about her writing, especially for film, she said she did much of her writing for film when Ensitano was airing on WBS. Apparently, because Ensitano initially was a stage play.
Yes, it was a stage play.
But then the TV started demanding for more. And by that time when the TV started demanding for more, remember, this was a play she had co-written, the stage version.
Was that with Ashraf?
I think she had
was Ashraf in there?
Ashraf
Samogida?
No, Ashraf. She might have co-written it.
Ashraf was a London Shock, I think.
Ashraf did London Shock, but remember before, a lot happened in between there, because I think those people used to be one group and then they separated. But she had co-written Ensitano, so when the TV started asking for more, then she started writing, and the play enlarged like that, more characters came in, and slightly after that, she starts taking writing more serious. And I think that's when she goes on to write Roses in the Rain. And she directs
Down This Road. That comes later.
Down This Road I Walk comes later.
Okay.
She directed all those, and she wrote, directed, and she was also like an actress in them. She told me that when it came to film, she brought the knowledge she had from theater and she took it to film, and then noticed that she was doing everything wrong. And she says, which kind of still goes back to, men were actually dominating. She says that she started learning about how film works when she cast Uncle Michael Oyo, and then he comes on set and he notices they were doing everything wrong.
That's which film is that? Is that film something Where We Belong?
I think it's Where We Belong. It has, it actually has two parts, I think.
Yes.
Yeah, so with Uncle Michael, she started learning that they were doing very, very many things wrong.
Because Uncle Michael had been on projects.
Yes, he had been on projects. I think by that time he had also been on like Last King of Scotland.
Yes, he had Mississippi Masala.
Yeah, he had been on Mississippi Masala. Like
he had been to South Africa for different.
He actually had a CV. So from there, she starts learning that they were doing many things wrong. But still, when you see how she has done her work, much of her progress has involved a lot of self-teaching, and then that reading. And I think because she joined film when she was Mariam Dagire, like, she was literally an institution.
Yes, she was a brand.
Yeah, she was a brand. Yeah. I think she's one of the few filmmakers you talk to, and she will not tell you that she was bullied, because I think by the time she brought camera people and the crew on her set, she could afford them. She was probably richer than them, so there were fewer chances.
Because the entire name, from even the music,
yes,
where she had made it big, and she had all this entire thing, and then theater.
Yeah. So she's the only one I talked to, and it does not show up like she was ever bullied when it comes to the film space.
Yes.
Of course, when it comes to the theater space, it was a different story altogether. But I feel like even when you talk to her about the theater space, she had the advantage that most of them were very young, and they were technically age mates.
Because they entered together.
They literally
from which school was that?
Together. Most of
Pride
them
what?
actually,
Was it the Pride school?
No,
There was a school
most of
where
them
they
came
started.
from university, MDD.
Okay.
Yeah, so they kind of joined the industry together, and they were literally age mates. That it was more like peers that have come into the industry. So even when you hear her talk about theater, the stories are not
Different from
I think are not as bad as
the generation that came
as
later.
the generation that followed them. And remember, by the way, that's the generation that also had, because her generation, I think, had Patrico.
Yes.
Her generation had Deborah. Because when I was talking to
Which
her,
Deborah?
Deborah Asimwe.
Oh, it is.
Because when I was talking to her, she told me of I remember we saw Deborah. So either they were in the same class, or one of them was.
Because I think the first time I knew about Deborah was that Cooking Oil's play, when it had won the BBC competition, then it came back to National Theatre.
Yeah,
and that is 2010.
And you see, because I've talked to these two, I've talked to these two, and the thing is, how they all end up working almost shows in where they went after school. Because I think Mariam was with her peers. They acted with Mugabe Ndugwa and the likes, and then Deborah, I think, went to the National Theatre. First worked, I don't remember her role, but she first worked at the National Theatre. She was at the National Theatre, I think, when Ranjezi was there.
That's a while ago.
Yeah, that's a while ago.
But I think generally what you're trying to set here is when you're talking about names that female names that started in the industry, you may not go beyond the third finger, if there were, but mainly Mariam Ndagire was the trailblazer. She started this entire thing, and
people might nitpick that.
Yes.
But when you say started, they might think it didn't exist. There were female artists that were practicing, they were acting. Very, very few were taking that leap to produce and to produce and to direct.
Yes.
Yeah. So she was one of those that took that leap to produce and direct. For film, it's hard for me to think about anyone that took that leap before her. At
that time, because we know after that all this goes on to lead into her first school, the Performing Arts and Film School, and then of course holding the Bat Valley Theatre and making it a home, inspiring an entire generation, those who have seen her and those who have gone through her hands, and of course until today. She's, I think, one of the distributors that we have for film. I think she's the go-between the Ugandan filmmakers and Uganda Airlines.
Yeah,
you heard about that?
Yes. I've heard about that.
Of course, we know even this year she has a film that came out.
Yes,
which means she's still active as a filmmaker.
She's still active as a filmmaker.
And she has also acted in projects.
Yeah, she has acted in projects. She runs a film festival.
Yes.
That's the thing. Like,
theater festival.
A theater festival.
Theater festival. Yes.
Deborah runs a theater festival.
Yes.
And and like I said, it's like parallels, and it's very funny, like when you talk to people, like Ugandan theatre and Ugandan film are so much the same.
Yeah.
It's just that when it comes to Ugandan film, it is very much pronounced that there is a downtown and uptown. Yes, and uptown.
Yeah.
For theatre, it's not pronounced
But
that there is downtown and uptown. But when you talk to people that consume this theatre, or you talk to the actors, you actually get to notice that one side does not know the other side exists, or they know it exists, but they just do not cross over. That's why I feel like, still talking in terms of theatre and women, that's why I really like what Aganza is doing right now. One with the acting arena, but again with ITI, because I think I can't count the number of times I've found Aganza's ITI attending things at Bat Valley.
Yes.
Like
I've also bumped into her there so many times.
Very many times. But most of the times I talk to people at Bat Valley, like most of the actors, like, the KITF is going on, and they're like,
what is that?
What is that? And then like you find your friends at KITF and you're like, oh, by the way, I'm going for
something at Bat Valley,
theatre and arts performing festival at Bat Valley, and they're like, what's that?
Yes.
So the divide actually exists, just that they do not talk about it that much. Yeah. The way filmmakers go talking
Very
about
true.
theirs.
Because just before we conclude that particular segment, Judith Adong, her last play,
yes,
she took it to Bat Valley.
Yes.
Remember that?
Yeah.
You remember that?
And then just me, myself, and the silence.
And then John Segawa took Zansanze to National Theatre.
And
you remember that, right?
Yes, I remember.
And I think we know what we're talking about at the end of the day. So what we're saying is, like you've said, there's also comparisons between the film industry and the theatre industry. These things of where producers own actors and they put them in one place.
Yes.
The film industry gets it from theatre.
Yeah, that definitely... Like theatre owns that blueprint.
I know.
Like theatre started that blueprint. Like, because you see, there was a time when theatre was starting, when theatre was still a thing in Uganda. The director was more famous. So like when they said Omuga Vendugwa has a play, like you are interested in what Omuga Vendugwa is going to do, not who is on stage. So when guys started coming and started forming things like the Ebonies and started forming things like Pride, what was Bakaimbida, and then you had Diamond Sembo, Afri-Talent.
Yes.
It meant now you had a group of people that were going to act in all the plays by Afri-Talent. That means whether you did not want to write a role for that person, but they are members, you have to find a way of putting them in.
Yes. This conversation can go on, you know, because you and me love theatre and film, so it would always go on. But now, after Mariam has set the trend of we women can also, then of course we get names like Irene Kulabako.
I think she was there.
She was there before,
but I think she was like acting, cause
more than
she's been acting, and then she's been acting for some time, and then she started directing. And
writing.
So I think it's so hard to know when she started directing.
Yeah, that's true. There's no literature about that. Names like Kaya Kajimu Mukasa. The incredible. Amazing person. I love that woman.
Yeah,
I love that woman.
And she's an amazing director as well.
She is.
I've not seen her direct film,
yes.
but I've seen her direct theatre.
And then acting in film.
And theatre.
Yes.
She is amazing. Like, I can bank on Kaya.
I give you another name.
To run away with a role anytime.
I give you another name.
Yeah.
Alice Lwanga.
Alice Lwanga, amazing person.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. These are names I picked from Rock Point.
Okay.
When I was still performing in Rock Point. Yes, and they were good people. And up to today, when we bump into each other, they're still good people.
Where is Alice?
I'm not so certain, but I bumped into Kaya Kajimu. I don't know. So what I'm saying is there was that lot that came and they did things, and of course they also got opportunity to actually do things like directing, writing, mainly, and then of course the names like Judith Adong Lucy.
Amazing. I think
very good friend, my mentor.
Judith is the best film director.
Yes.
I don't take that back.
Yes. She's what?
She's the best film director. Unfortunately, most Ugandans have only seen Judith do
theater. Yes. I watched her pilots of that show it's a Kenyan, it has some Kenyan performers. It had Rehema Namfuka. It was about the prostitute sisters and things like that. Okay, sisters, and that thing was beautiful at that time. Because she really knew what she wanted, and then she had gone to school in the US to study all these things. She's
American trained, so most of the time she doesn't compromise.
She doesn't,
because you see that's the difference between American trained and British trained or European trained. Europe trains people to be artsy, like to be very minimalistic, and then America is very grand. I even have a feeling this whole thing of one-man plays must have come from Europe.
Europe, yeah?
Yeah. And then for the US, it's grand. If it's theater, it has to be grand.
Yes.
Like you put on a set that people will come and be like, wow, this is a set.
You go all the way.
Yeah.
Yes,
and then the British or the Europeans will put one car spotlight on the stage,
and then the show goes on.
And then someone will come and like they will do about 3 rows as one person, and you're like, so now we're talking to Tom.
Yeah.
Now it's Jen. So probably right now it's Rita.
Yes. So, I think when you watch Cooking Oil, now you know what we're talking about.
Yes.
Because it was a British worn play.
And you see, when you talk to Judith, she tells you that the disadvantage that most African filmmakers get, they get trained by Europeans who will teach you how to be a very good artist, but most of the times will not teach you how to be a very commercial filmmaker. And yet at the end of the day, you need to know how to make films that can make money.
Yes, true. So that's Judith. Judith comes in there, and many other guys came in. I think at that point, there are so many people who came in and they did lots of things, so many things that happened there. And of course, it opened a can. Where we saw so many.
But you see, the thing is, even when all these things were going on, it was easy for someone to believe that much of this work wasn't really seen by many people. So it was easy for someone to believe the women were not doing anything at that time. That's why I think for many Ugandans it took up to Yat Madit to know that Irene Kulabako actually directs.
Yes.
I think there are people where some people had never seen anything Judith has done until the yearly shows of Silent Voices over those years.
Yes.
Some people have even never seen her film, the shorts she did. So there's a lot that was going. I have a feeling people have never seen Carol Kamia's. Like from the very first time I saw a shortcut of Imani when I was in school, like I badly wanted to see Carol, and I only got to meet her like in 2022 or 2021. There was that time where she came back to Uganda, slightly, I think, and then she eventually left.
Cindy
Magara,
she has a new documentary, Tuko Pamoja.
Tuko Pamoja.
Yes, and it's been winning some things here and there.
Cindy Magara had the very first Ugandan film on Africa Magic. That time when Africa Magic was still taking mostly Nigerian films.
Yes.
Cindy Magara got a film on Africa Magic. It was called The Fete.
The Fete.
Yeah.
The Fete, yes.
Yeah, so like things were happening, but still... Okay, I think...
I wanted to mention some who were more academia. Sister Dupio.
Yeah, Sister Dupio.
Sister Dupio there.
Yes. She's still active.
Yeah, she is still active,
Yeah.
but I mean, she was one of the females. I mean, most of the juries that were actually around film when they had established, she was already
you
on
had
there.
Sister Dupio in
Yes,
there.
she
Yes,
had in there. So she was like the representative from the academia into the film.
Yeah.
And then I think later she made films.
Yeah, she made films. She's even making a film currently. I think it's some sort of an animation.
I think she has a couple of animations.
Yeah.
Folklore kind of works that have been converted into animations. So why are we doing this? We're talking about those women who have been there before some of you. Some of you don't even know these names because you are very, very young generation. But these are guys who are here. You might meet them and you will not even know who they are, but they have been there setting the pace
but
for you.
But I don't think you can miss Judith. You see Judith, you know her.
No.
Like
many kids right now, Kagwa, Judith, they may not know who Judith is. She can walk into the room and no one will know. But you know how much she can do.
She will be like, if she walks in.
No, I mean knowing the face, who she is.
You might not know the face.
But the name you can, of course, might have heard about the name.
The moment she walks in, you kind of feel it.
Yeah. you love her that much. But I know what you mean. So now we move into when opportunities have actually been availed and women have actually realized, oh, you know what? We actually can do these things ourselves. Now this bred a new generation of females who were producers, writers, directors, females were owning companies, production companies. I'm talking about names like Nisha Kalema. Nisha Kalema came and did that Veronica's Wish.
I think one of the things we need to acknowledge at the moment is this is one of the best times to be a female creative. I will not talk for the other fields.
Yes.
I say that because I think I've been in very many rooms where people have a grant or something and they are very specific before anything.
These are for females.
We are looking for 2 females. Like there are probably 3 slots, but 2 are taken
by females.
Yeah, like they do not even know what it will be, how their work is going, but they're like 2 of the recipients have to be female.
Yeah.
I've been in competitions where, of course, I'm not taking part, but you're a judge and you're instructed that whatever it takes, make sure among the outlined there is a female representative. So it's easier today that it's easier that people are trying so much to make sure that
the females are at the table.
They avail that cake for our sisters.
I think that has been through, you remember when you were entering university?
Yeah.
Where the girls had some extra points added to their points for them to enter university, which is basically what has been happening. Because, even when you look at the times when those guys, university before, there were more males who were going to university than females. So they had to find a way of how to encourage them. And, we do understand. we're talking about Nisha.
Yes.
She came in and made history. That film made history. Yeah. I know you know the figures.
So Nisha, one. Wow. So like that. So the premiere of first things first.
Yes.
I met Nisha. We were walking down. She tells me, I have this project I'm working on. It's an interesting story. And I'm like, oh, okay. So what are you going to do with it? And she's like, I want to direct. I want to direct and produce, because a lot of things had been going on. And by the way, like, I mean, male producers, Bambi, apologize, like, repent, because I feel like people were very, very pissed with the way they were treated by producers, so they became producers themselves.
I think
I don't know
that's
if you
still
get
ongoing.
But that time it was
That time was
a lot.
very-
Like,
yes.
it was a lot.
The grievances were many.
Yes, it's like every single person who got some clout and won a few awards, the next year would produce a film. So she told me, yeah, I want to produce. I've been writing, and I'm like, okay, what's the story? She tells me a bit, and like, we talked for so long. She tells me she wants to produce, and then she's like, and I want to win everything. And I'm like, eh?
She knew she knew who she was coming for, or what she was coming for.
I want to win everything. I want to win best film. I want to win best director. I want to win best actor. And I'm like, so are you going to direct yourself to win best actor and also win best director? She was like, no, I'm going to cast Rehema Namfuka. Yeah.
That was a story.
That was a story. She wanted to cast Rehema Namfuka in the role of Veronica.
And then she acts
And
director.
then she directs and produces it.
When does the script flip?
I think when she met Rehema and they talked about it, I think Rehema kind of told her, you're the best person to do this.
Yeah. To play that part.
Yeah, to play that part. But as far as I remember, the very first time we talked, she told me she wanted to cast Rehema Namfuka.
That's interesting. That's
Yeah.
interesting. The tables turned.
The table was turned.
And guess what?
But again, what she had wanted to do eventually happened. She won Best Actor, Best Film, Best Director. And that's Rehema Namfuka becoming the first woman to win Best Director at UFF.
And you see, those are the figures we're talking about, that females came in, they were believing, and they were doing things. And of course, like you said, this was a female bringing another female on board, and they were doing things.
Like, I saw all that play out, and I think after that film, because, man, like you see, when you're talking about like what Veronica's Wish did, Veronica's Wish was not just any other film by a female director. Veronica's Wish was like the most grossing film that year, because Veronica's Wish made about 12 million, and I know a Ugandan out there might be like, 12 million, what's 12 million? But
at that time,
but trust me, 12 million for a Ugandan film is a lot of money.
And even at that time, where everything running in cinema was actually foreign.
Yes. So it made about 12 million, and people came and saw that film. Like for the week it was there, people kept coming to see it. So, like, it's not just another film that a woman directed, and you can just say a film directed
just
by
because
a woman.
A woman.
It's a film that actually people went and watched, and they
liked it,
tickets and watched it, and then told people about it, and they kept watching it
because it was a good film.
I showed Veronica's Wish during COVID, because during COVID, when we were trying to disrupt the status quo, they're like, you people don't walk, don't do what. So I screened it, of course, with permission.
Oh, okay.
And I still remember, I still got a full house. So like Nisha and Mishama like kind of sneaked in, came and sat at the back. So the film shows, people do not know they are there. And then when the lights went on, and they were there, it's like people had met like their celebrities, like, oh, it's good.
That feeling. But I think definitely that was powerful.
Yeah.
It gave, of course, confidence to other females.
Yeah.
We can even talk about people like Nana Kaga.
Yeah.
Those films, the first films that first projects she did. Remember Beneath the Lies?
Yeah.
That was powerful. It was good,
and really ambitious.
Really ambitious. Whatever went on, but it shook.
Yeah,
it shook the ground. Of course, people like Cleopatra. She has been here and there. Done things here and there. Pamela Kerieko, our friend. Doreen Mirembe.
Yeah.
Doreen has done things. Kafako came.
Yes.
First of all, that other first film she did, the short films.
The Boy's Story?
No. The Dog Story, yes. Nectar. Then she did some things there. Then she did Kafako.
Yeah.
And then Damalai. Yes. So she has also been a trailblazer.
Yeah.
There are so many girls who have believed that they can.
Yeah,
because of Doreen.
Yes,
and she has done. I think she has won most of the things she has been part of.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Then we have there who? Which name can you draw out? Kevin Jones.
Yeah, Kevin
Jones. I think now this is the new blood.
Yeah.
She has gotten funding for some projects of hers. I know she has gotten, I think, more choice money for some projects.
Yes.
Some of the films commissioned.
Some of the films she did were commissioned.
Yes. Her first film, I think her very first film that I knew about her was Men in Suits. Did you watch that film?
I didn't watch Men in Suits.
Men in Suits was a film about the Wafere. Remember those guys who fed you and then they closed the shop?
Yeah.
Yes. It was a good film. It was a good story.
Yeah.
At that time, it was very relevant. And that's how she started. And here she is today. She's still doing things. She has a production company also.
Yeah, she does.
We can also go into, there's a direction. There are cinematographers who are female. Fauzia Mulimira.
Yeah.
There is Rachel Mambo. I don't know if you know
Rachel Mambo. Rachel Mambo did part of the woman who...
Yes, who poked the
leopard.
Yes.
She did part of it. Yes.
I bumped into her into some even, I think, Matatu film. I bumped into her.
Yeah, she did part of the woman who poked the leopard.
Okay.
Of course, the woman who poked the leopard was produced by
also her. By the way,
Rosie Montaigne, Patience Nitumwesiga.
I was about to say Patience
because also directed it.
Yes, no, even other projects. Patience is also on the list of the females who have actually done things. Yes, I think definitely there's a long list of women who came there.
That's
and
true.
They shook.
By the way, what people might not know is that Patience, the very first time I met Patience, she was directing a theater play.
Yeah. Because why?
Under the guidance of Judith Adong.
Because you know why? She's a graduate. Because Idris Segawa Matu, I think.
Yes.
That's the same cohort from theater. I mean, from Makerere University.
Yeah.
So when I was entering MOOC, those guys were going out. So I saw them a little bit. I interacted with Idris more because he was in a theater. He was a director in a theater company I was working in, and Patience were those people, and I know her guidance of Judith Adong and whatever she has been able to do. Definitely, she's good people. She's very focused. Yes,
she's very focused people. Yeah, so like people are actually doing a lot of great work.
Then we have this entire new breed of young ladies, young girls. I know people like Ruki Sarameda. She's producing.
Ruth Nazinda.
She's
into documentary.
Ruth Nazinda has done a lot of documentaries.
A lot of them.
Yes, a lot of documentaries. I know. Which other name there do we place into? Esther Nakaziba.
Yeah.
She has made herself like the person in the makeup.
If you did not mention Esther,
it was going to be trouble because she has trailblazed that.
She was going to ask. So you mean we are not filmmakers?
But before Esther, Shakira Chivirige.
Yeah, that's true. Shakira
Chivirige.
And I'm very, very proud of what she's doing out there.
Shakira is phenomenal.
Yeah,
she's a phenomenal woman. And then, of course, we look at females in the different departments. Our producer, Jessica Aimbisiwe, Dr.
Marketing.
Jessica
Marketing.
Aimbisiwe. She came and took on the marketing department for film, and she has transformed. She has been shaking tables in that department, and I think it's a very good thing.
I think she does more than shaking. Like when she kicks the table,
basically she just throws the table away. To make sure things work out.
Or she comes and she's like, "I'm the table.
I'm the table. Put whatever you want on me." In sound, there's a Robina. Rebecca Amlen.
Yeah.
Yes, Rebecca also came
Amazing
in there.
Person.
Yes, she's good people.
Yeah,
she's good people. And of course, we have Aganza. We talked about Aganza briefly, but she came in directing.
She cuts across. That's from theater, and funny. I first met Aganza in theater.
Oh,
she was acting in a play by Judith Adong.
I remember.
It was Silent Voices.
I remember now. Yes.
And no, this was a very funny thing because the posters had been out, and they did not have Aganza. They had Jewa.
Yes, Mami Jewa.
So I have no idea what happened. Yes, I don't know what happened, and by the time they did the show, it was Aganza that was doing the lead role, and I've been lucky enough to see snippets of other people do that lead role, and Aganza I think she was really amazing. I think two people have been really outstanding in that role. There is Aganza and there is Kemi Ondo.
Oh yeah, Kemi.
So like I that's why I said I respect Judith when she makes her decisions.
I mean, there are also some names I could probably kukona Katono. I think Kemi. You brought the name Kemi.
Oh, there was a time, by the way, she did a thing. I don't remember. She did it like. I think it was like $1,000 for a film. So she was looking out for young female filmmakers, and we had to judge them and select like 5 films where like each film will get, I think, like $1,000 to make like their short film dream a reality.
Okay.
And I managed to see some of the films by the come out, because I think one of the scripts came from Afri. You know Afri, the singer?
I was about to mention Afri's name.
Yeah, like Afri.
She's a good storyteller, video storyteller.
Is one of those people who are multi-talented.
Yeah, I've watched her films.
The problem I have with multi-talented people is they are too talented.
They focus.
So at times they rarely focus on one thing because
they're here and there.
They have a lot of talent. Yeah. So I feel like it's the same for Afri. Like, she's an amazing artist.
I believe I will agree with you, because I've seen Afri stuff and I'm like, this girl.
Yeah.
And then she does her stuff. Like,
I think, if you remember the domestic violence, anti-domestic violence campaign, which included an athlete, I think it was Nakai. She's on Team Uganda. That one was actually directed by Afri. Way too much talent, and too much talent in a lot of things.
Yeah, and unfortunately, they're telling us that we need to wind up. But before we wind up, we definitely need to talk about available opportunities. And the platforms that have been created for the females. There are many of them. Of course, including our very own Madam Producers, Women in Film.
Yes.
This is a very important platform. I think it has. I've seen women benefit.
That's
in
true.
Those dresses you have talked about when they come for that dinner. Like in Nebagagala, it has to be a very decent venue for.
Have you seen Producer in that big dress?
I ayina gy'ava leero naye bw'omulaba era bw'omulaba gy'ava waweesa ekitiibwa. But generally those are the kinds of things. This Women in Film, it's an initiative that has been availed for the women who are actually in film, and they can go in there to interact, network, capacity building. They have a Women in Film monologue challenge, and all these things are very, very, very important because
it's basically a safe space to kind of interact and talk about things that you see in the industry, both the good and bad.
Yeah, I know. I've heard about some of the conversations that this is the time where girls were able to talk about stuff that were happening to them under the leadership of our counterparts. I mean, our fellow guys. And of course, this is great because when they talk about these things, then we find solutions. They get empowered to do.
See, I think one of the crises I have about like people addressing what's happening in the industry is we should actually talk about it. And when we talk about it, we should talk about it with our chests out. And I do not even just mean the things that happen to women, even the things that happen to men.
To everyone.
Like as a journalist, I've been approached by many men to tell me, oh, this producer is this bad, this what, do a story. And trust me, I like doing these stories. Like, me, just give me a person and tell me, yeah, this is the reason, it's valid, stone him. I love doing that. Like it's fun. But if I'm like, so can I mention you as the reason I'm stoning him, and I give your reasons for stoning him? And they're like, Andrew, don't mention me. So like you want me to stone and get into this activity where I'm looking bad, and then for you'll be like, I don't even know what Andrew is talking about. Me being exploited. How? What's exploitation? So tukirize banange bwoyogera akkiriza okotyo. I'll say your name.
I think that's where the biggest challenge is, that I think we need to find a way of having a safer way of these whistleblowers. Because whether we want it or not, they need to be protected. So we need to the truth is, there are many who basically just say, I'd rather keep quiet. And of course, it's basically spreading the vice, or the vices, wherever it is. Other platforms we have that are women. Binti Film Festival. Binti by, how did we not mention her name? Esther Tebandeke.
Amazing people.
Esther, man. May you succeed in whatever you are doing. Of course, Binti is powerful. And of course, with the first edition, we saw what happened. And of course, I've been told they're promising bigger stuff come this year.
I trust. I trust. And
I know you are an insider, but I do believe that these things can definitely happen.
How many insides are you throwing me into?
You are everywhere. You can even be your own insider. What else?
There are places I don't have an inside in.
Oh,
like I don't get to...
Bayimba has an initiative for the females. I've heard about it.
Yeah, that's true.
They are training females, capacity building, which I think is very, very powerful and important. What else?
I think there are more platforms, and there are more platforms that are being brought up. The good thing is that even when people are bringing on grants where they expect everyone to apply, there is still an emphasis on having female filmmakers. So definitely
it's always amazing having this conversation, Kagwa. We want to invite and remind people that the Filmmakers Mix and Mingle Actors and Producers Edition is coming. It's the 18th of April. Ladies and gentlemen, because these are important round tables which we need to have people come out and we talk. We're tired of you people being there in corridors, producers, actors. No, let's come into the room and find solutions to these problems. Safe space. We're saying the 18th of April, we are going to be confirming the venue, and we are saying, come out if you're a producer. It's the actors. It is actually officially confirmed that it is the UICT Nakawa. And trust me, we are happy. We're going to make sure we provide what we can provide to give you a good environment and atmosphere. It's from 8. Lunaku lulamba tulumyusizza tubawadde public holiday mujje mubeere naffe. Producers and actors
edition.
Yes.
So which means it's a safe space. When you speak out, you're not getting murdered in the next episode.
No. Because whether we want it or not, we need to make sure we avail these opportunities for people to actually synergize, people to discuss and talk about these things. And of course, we have things like the Actors Forge on the way. We have boot camps coming up. There are so many events about film around you. Please look out for them. Go and support people. If you're called upon and you can, please go out. If you have to submit films and stuff like that, submit your films. If you have good news about whatever you are achieving, come to our inboxes and let's talk about these things. We are making UG Films famous. I cannot forget, we can't forget, talk about the people who are giving us the support.
Yes.
Mention some of the sponsors.
Corset
Studios.
Corset Studios.
Yes.
Cinema UG.
Yes.
Marketing Ugandan films and making sure they get to you, getting the right word out.
Adlam Consults.
Yes. For the good
mindset coaching. I mean, to because trust me, whether you want it or not, you will say them. Ladies and gentlemen, Adlam Consult, these guys are very important in coaching your minds, the mindset, because we believe the mindset is what makes you achieve or fail at things. And of course, Ava Juliet, if you want space to shoot your podcasts and everything to do with production, it's Ava Juliet where you come in Muyenga. And we have Center Productions, sound, Boba Achimala. If you want anything to do with sound, do you want to record? Do you want to edit? Do you want to treat? Do you want to do adverts for commercials, for film, etc.? It's a Center Production that will sort you. And we are saying we are making UG Films famous. My name is Kasule Douglas Benatramadage Kajanse Salongo, and my brother
Andrew Kagwa Maiga, the Shadow Katikiro.
And we sign out.